Hello and welcome to our monthly chair update for January 2016. Thank you for our patience as we are transitioning to a new web tool. Traditionally, we provide these sessions or these slides via live webinar, which does give the opportunity for question and answer and chat function during the presentation. However, we are undergoing a contract review and new services that are going to be provided by a different vendor, and unfortunately we are in a pattern in which we have to wait for that, and so instead of a live webinar, we are going to go ahead and record our video sessions for the short time being. So if we can go through the slides for you today, if we recall from last year, our December updates included our regular update of the webinar in video series. Again, we anticipate that we have the new webinar service soon, so we certainly don't anticipate having to do this again for the chair call, but perhaps there may be a local webinar or two that we may have to resort to video. Geocache for College Cash, we talked about that. We will revisit that just because we're hoping to get more poster sets out there and more schools involved. We talked about what our plans were for the Facebook ad campaign, our Chicago kickoff, which we invite everyone to view online, and we spoke briefly about our scavenger hunt and then the CFPB support of the promotional materials for Money Smart Week. So as we look forward, what are we going to talk about today? Our promo materials are ready, so we're going to show you how to get to those materials and order them. Our LeadCon videos are available, so we'll talk about that. I know I've been saying that those have been coming for a while now. Our Facebook ad campaign results, right? So we did really well, so we'll talk about that. And we'll tie into what in looking forward into this 2016 campaign. What are we going to do in terms of social media and digital strategy? We'll update our videos webinar slide for you. We'll talk about the new website being delayed, and which was a news item last time, but the fact that we have the new databases open, that we'll certainly show you how to access that. And just a reminder about our kickoff breakfast. If you can attend in person, we do live stream via the web, and so any partners are of course invited to watch our big launch in Chicago on April 20th. If we look at the CFPB, so again, we want to thank the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau for sponsoring the printing of our Money Smart Week materials for 2016. And as we mentioned before, they are providing them for free, both the printing and shipping. So please, please, please do have your teams take advantage of these free materials. We have up to 1 million pieces, and I want to say 90% are still available since we launched this and opened this a couple of weeks ago. So make sure that you are transmitting this information to your partners and you're letting them know that they can order materials. So the website is promotions.usa.gov /cfpblibraries.html. Just keep in mind that this was an existing cart that they had, online store that they had available for libraries, in which they were promoting financial literacy materials. So that's why the website is what it is, and that's why it says free publication for libraries and all of that. But the good news is, again, they're highlighting Money Smart Week materials, so you can order those. But you can also order any of these free publications, and you don't have to be a library to do it. So they have opened up these publications for all Money Smart Week partners. So let's take a look at what that means. Well, first of all, if you go to the website now, the Money Smart Week materials will be highlighted at the top, so you'll see them right at you can see the Money Smart Week flyer there. And then if we think about the quantities, so you can order in various different quantities. You can put in multiple orders if you feel like you need more, but these are the most common quantities that they distribute and package. So that's the quantities that we went with. The posters are the only ones I think where they're smaller quantities, just because there's usually less of those ordered. But you can see the flyers, bookmarks, and statement stuffers all have these different various levels and quantities. Please order as much as you can distribute. We really want to make sure, again, we have 1 million pieces in queue that are rolling off the presses right now. And if we can order all the material, then we can show that this is a worthwhile investment for the CFPB and we want to make sure that we keep this relationship going forward. So certainly we don't want any waste. So order them if you can pass them out. Don't order them if you don't, but if you can help us distribute and promote Money Smart Week locally, we highly recommend that you order sufficient materials. Please know, however, that we are in the process of printing the materials, so you will not receive them right away. There is I think at this point now, a 3 to 4 week window before you receive your materials. So they've been printing them since the beginning of the month. So they're anticipated about 4 weeks for that, and another couple of weeks just to actually ship and deliver. So we're looking at mid-February for having the materials in hand. You may receive a email or letter indicating that the items are out of stock, but that's all that means. They're trying to correct that language now. It's just an automated letter that was generated for their other materials, and they're trying to modify that language to indicate that yes, the order has been placed, but we just don't have the inventory right now. And as soon as the printed inventory is filled, then we will ship them out to you. So please just know that that's all that means, and don't be alarmed by any letter or email indicating that we are out of materials, because we certainly are not. We have plenty. It's just on back order. And then the other piece, of course, as I mentioned, is all the other financial literacy publications and materials that are available for free. Please, if you scroll down on the website, there is a whole host of different PDFs and programs and brochures that you can, if you click on the title, you can download the PDF. But again, you can order and supplement your efforts. This is another area in which the CFPB is going to be monitoring, and they hope to push out more materials as a result of the Money Smart Week partnership. So that's another measurement for them as they consider sponsorship in 2017 and beyond. So again, like I said, with the materials, don't order them if you don't need them, but certainly there's a wealth of good materials here that if you want to hand out at your events, I think it's a nice supplement to what you might be doing already. So certainly libraries are encouraged to do it, but any partners that are talking about these topics or would like to provide more information to their clients, customers, or attendees for the events, please order these. They are free, and again, it's going to be something that they're looking at for their involvement going forward. The other news is LeadCon videos, right? So our leadership conference we had last fall. I've been saying for some time that the videos will be available, and they finally are. So in addition to the PDFs of the PowerPoints and things like that, we now have the videos. So I know it's a little late in the planning stage for a lot of the planning teams and partners, but maybe not. I mean, there's still a lot of last-minute events that are being put together. But certainly, as I've always said, the most valuable pieces, I think, to all of these is hearing from other partners about what's worked, what they're doing. All of those best practices that are highlighted at the conference, are featured in our videos. So when you have the time, and if you like to go through and check out those best practices, I highly recommend it. Like I said, they're just a wealth of information about what's worked around the country. Next is our Facebook ad campaign. So it went very, very well. We are up to 38,000 plus likes. So we are very excited about that. When we started the campaign in early December, we had 23,000. So certainly successful in that we have a new audience that we can promote Money Smart Week to. We did pick markets from across the country to advertise in. We certainly were looking at where the majority of the events are, where we have newer campaigns and that sort of thing. So we really try to target those other campaigns outside of the typical Midwest. And we drove up some of our likes, and it gives us a new audience to promote Money Smart Week too. So we used video, we used graphics, and cute pictures like babies. All of these were very successful in getting some attention to the site, and again, people that now we can communicate to for the campaign in April. In terms of our overall social, we are going to do more advertising, right? Some more Facebook ad buys, which again are obviously very effective when you can, really target the audience that you want, and get an immediate response with likes for your page. We are going to provide more original content, so we are in the process of doing short videos with many of our partners to get them in front of the public, to give short commercials about what to expect at events, or even just to give some brief tips and information through that video. Maybe that's the only thing that a client, or I'm sorry, a customer actually gets for Money Smart Week or for any of our interaction or any of our online presence, but it's something, right? And it's like kind of the interview on TV idea, right? So it's like the quick, 5 tips on credit, what have you, and or maybe 5 top websites you need to know to go and learn more about money management. So we're trying to use video, short video, 3 minutes or less, no longer than 3 minutes, so that we can use the resource that we have at our disposal, which is a lot of money experts. And we encourage you to do some of that as well on your own Facebook pages to kind of give previews and commercials for what customers and clients can expect when they attend an event. We are going to incorporate and enhance our Twitter following. We're really going to push that heavily this year. We're going to inventory some of this content, these videos or other things that we gather on our resource page on our website, so that we have some content. I don't want to get into the business where we have a huge library of content, because there's a lot of other organizations and websites that do that well. But certainly it would be nice to have some, and we will start to inventory what we have. We want to experiment with Periscope, right? Live broadcast some of our events. We're going to handpick some. We encourage you to do the same. If you're able to, communicate to the public that if you can't attend the event, we'll be broadcasting live via Periscope. Here's our Twitter account. Follow us so that you can see when we're, live broadcasting at this time. And you may want to preset your title for your event so people can find you, but certainly, if you're familiar with Periscope, you know the type of information you need to put out. But we are going to be experimenting with that as well, and launching more websites from the Fed. And again, another thing that we're encouraging all of you to do. In terms of our video webinar series, we are looking to contract some guest presenters for next month and the month after. We talked about that already. A social media expert to talk to you about how you can best leverage that for the campaign, as well as employ some traditional media relations. Presenter orientation in April again for anyone that's going to be in the classroom. I highly recommend it. And then, of course, we have all the videos now. So we're starting to build this library of videos. So we encourage you to take a look at a lot of these best practices or highlighting of programs, which is like geocache for College Cash, for example, just kind of give you a rundown of what to expect and how to communicate that program to interested campuses. But speaking of geocache, we have 500 sets of posters that are available. I think we've only had 20 or so that have requested posters. So I can't recall what the deadline is to get the in the information from the schools. But certainly go to our website if you have any schools in your area that are interested or you think might be interested. Point them to the video, point them to this web page. If you go into the partner tab on moneysmartweekpartners.org, you can see the geocache for College Cash page, and it has all the rules, all the information. Again, this does require a local sponsor, however. So there is a customizable flyer so that you can add the sponsorship information and details and logo. But this does require a local sponsor. We do not have a national sponsor as of yet, maybe for 2017. We also have marketing dollars. February 10th is the deadline. So this is for in-district, right? So this is Chicago Fed. We still have that, unfortunately, that distinction for marketing dollars. But we do have some money left. So if there is any interest in any support for those local promotional efforts, please submit the information to us. There's a SurveyMonkey link that's been put out to all of you as chairs. It is on the website so that you can fill out a simple form. We've only received a handful of requests so far, and all of those requests have been approved, however. So if you have submitted a request, I will say that it is approved, and you can go ahead and pursue any logistics in scheduling that media if you haven't already. I know I kind of give a an informal approval, but we did get the formal approval from our purchasing department. So anything that's been submitted has been approved. But certainly, again, there's plenty more dollars left. So if you're looking to do a small, media buy, whether that's TV, radio, or print, please let us know through that form that we provide via SurveyMonkey and get that information into us. The event database, as we've talked about already, where we're going to save the new database and website for 2017. We just didn't feel that we had enough time, given that the contract came together too late, and we certainly didn't want to rush that. So the good news is we have a website, we have a database, so that is open. So please do go to the website and enter your events as soon as possible. As soon as you've had those details, we recommend that you have all of the events into the system, or most of them, at least by April 1st, right? That's when most people are going to be starting to go to the website. A lot of the media and promotion will already be in play, and people will start looking at the website. Certainly, there is no deadline, right? I mean, you can add events into the day before your event, but obviously it's recommended that you have it out and available in conjunction when people are going to be going to the website looking for that information. So please do add them as soon as possible. Some of you may do some local print publications in which you might have a more aggressive deadline for that, but certainly for the website, you can enter them as soon as it's ready. There is a step-by-step video on our website, so under our video page or under FAQs, there are step-by-step video guides on how to register, how to add an event, how to edit an event. The screenshots are a little older from a couple years ago, but it's all the same information. So if you're new and you've never gone into the system and added an event, we have, again, the good news is we have these short instructional videos for you. And of course, if there's any issues or technical difficulties, please let us know. But the video should be able to walk you through step by step on how to. It's pretty self-explanatory. You just log back in like you normally do when you go to the website. So on this screenshot, for example, you can see under the Partners tab in the right column, you see Register that you clicked when you actually signed up for the first time, and then you click Login. Once you've set your password up, and you'll see once you log in, there'll be a menu of you can add an event or edit an event. And as a chairperson, you have the ability to approve events, so you have a wider menu. But just make sure that your partners are well aware on how to use it and where they can go and find the videos online. This screen is also up for the purposes of just to remind you that we do have the Financial Literacy Summit. That's our big kickoff for Chicago. It will be live broadcast, so you can register through this ad. And you are more than welcome to come in person. We have about 400 seats and probably 200 of them left. But certainly, if you want to just view it from the comfort of your office, you're more than welcome to do that. That's April 20th. Please do register if you are interested. It's going to be a full morning, and it's going to be integrated with Money Smart Week, and it's going to be our big official launch for the entire campaign. Our other calls, just FYI, coming up, the next one is the 24th. So by that time, we hope to have our new webinar service, and we'll obviously provide you all those details, but that is our expected return time. Now, as a result of this being a video, and then there's might be some questions, we are going to push out the video to all of you. And, from that email, if you have any questions, we will provide our generic email box. You can all just go ahead and ask questions if you have any based on what you heard here in the video or otherwise. And we will respond to everybody with, a list of all the questions and answers that were submitted. And then finally, what's in development still? So the next call will be focusing on the media kit, our social media packet, talk a little bit more about our kickoff event, about exactly what's going to be the program for that. The scavenger hunt we hope to have wrapped up and ready to go and have a page and video and all that ready for you so that you know how to promote it and include it into your local efforts. And then we'll have hopefully more information about our webinar and series that we want to broadcast from the Fed. That are going to, just increase the way that we can deliver online content. And just so you know, too, the other thing we are going to do is we are going to take all of the online classes from all over the country, The current database is not so good at allowing people to look at events from multiple states. Once you click on a state, you're limited to the events that were registered in that state. So what we are going to do for all of our online classes is pull all of those from all of our states and put those out on a different, create a different link and web page so that people can see all those listings together, and also maybe do a PDF so that you can download it as well. But we certainly, want to make sure that people have access to events no matter where they are from. So those are our updates for January. As I said, we will be sending out this video with an email address so that if you have any questions, please do submit them, and we will answer them by the end of the week. Thank you so much. Stay warm out there, and we'll be in touch in another month.